Hello everyone, welcome to Thoughts on Education by College Dunya. Today we have Professor Sampada Paranjpe, Head of Food and Beverage Service Department from Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Degree College, Pune. Hello ma'am, welcome to Thoughts on Education. Can we have introduction please?
Sure. I am Sampada Paranjpe. I have worked in the industry for nearly 10 years and I'm a proud alumnus of this institute. I have finished my diploma from this institute, and after 10 years of industry experience, I thought of coming back to the institute and sharing this industry experience with my students.
Thank you for the introduction ma'am. So the first question is, being the Head of Food and Beverage Service Department from the college, what is your leadership philosophy? How do you describe your role?
I have always believed that it is important to be a democratic leader. That means you need to involve everybody in even the smallest decision that you want to make, because everybody brings in something new to the table. So in my team, fortunately, I'm blessed to have two of my very good students also teach with me in the same department. So their style of teaching is something that we have developed over the years. And because they also bring with themselves rich industry experience, their inputs are equally important to any decision that we take. So the democratic structure of the department helps me to take more relevant, more effective decisions. So that is what I believe very strongly in. Also, my department is a department where you need to be very passionate about what you're doing. And unless this passion is really transmitted by the teachers into the students, it cannot be inculcated. So the teachers, like I'm again saying, they're my students, and they have this passion, and this is what we are planning to imbibe into the students.
Next question is, how do you ensure that your department operates efficiently while maintaining high quality service standards?
Food and Beverage Service Department is one department where you are constantly in touch with the guest, and therefore you have to be on your toes all the time. All my team members in my department, we sit together, we ensure that we are on the same page. The whole curriculum is discussed, the whole methodology of teaching is discussed. We integrate a lot of our events together, our demonstrations together. So once we have discussed as to what is the plan of action for the semester, we keep conducting regular audits. It is not that just because I am the leader, I go and audit the junior. It is also the junior who comes and audits what is happening in my class. So what happens is that there is a uniformity in the content that is being delivered. There's uniformity in quality that is being delivered. And this helps me to, as a team leader, this helps me to evaluate my own performance as well. Because unless I am able to achieve a certain standard, I am not able to expect the same from my juniors. So this is how we ensure that everybody is delivering their best in terms of quality, content and efficiency.
Next question is, how do you foster an environment that encourages innovation and creativity among students and other faculty members?
Innovation and creativity is basically the square one of my department, because unless you bring in that extra touch to the department is not really a successful entity. With regards to the students, what we do is we challenge them with a lot of inter-class competitions that we have in the institute level, as well as we expose them to a lot of intercollegiate competitions, right from institutes in Pune, outside Pune. So they take part in all these competitions. We train them, we guide them, we call for industry experts to actually take them through the whole process, whether it is bartending, whether it is flaring, whether it is cocktails, whatever the competition. So we basically try to develop them holistically as a professional through these competitions. With regards to faculties, we each have been assigned a task of getting something new to the table every time we three meet in during our meetings. So it is so that everybody is updated with what is happening, as well as we update each other as well about the latest trends, about what is new in the industry. So this basically helps us to stay abreast with all the latest that is happening in the industry, and therefore update our students accordingly.
So next question is, how do you ensure that the college programs and courses meets the needs of the industry and prepare students for their successful careers?
So, along with the Food and Beverage Service Department, I am also the course coordinator for the Masters in Hotel Management and Catering Technology. We are a pioneering institute that has started this program, which is recognized by the AICTE and is under the SPPU, that is Sampada Paranjpe University. We at the MHMCT program, we have a lot of curricular revision that we constantly undertake to keep ourselves updated with all the latest trends, latest innovations in the industry. These are master's students. This is a program after the bachelor's course. So here we try and inculcate or develop a more applied kind of a skill set in these students. They are exposed to a summer internship. They are exposed to a lot of industry interactions throughout their curriculum. So basically we are trying to develop them or bring them up to a level where they start off at a higher level, say a mid-management level in the industry. So with regards to the MHMCT program, we have been blessed with the fact that we have had students regularly taking up this course. They have been doing extremely well even in the industry. Most of them are working either in India or have been placed abroad. So it's been a successful program to date.
Next question is, can you share your approach to building a positive and inclusive campus culture that supports student success and well-being?
In our campus at a time, we have a student count of nearly 400 plus students. Students coming from various backgrounds, students of different cultural orientations. And therefore, I believe that in our institute, there is nothing like a gender bias, or we don't differentiate people on the basis of any of their ethical or religious or any of those differences. For us, he is a student. He is actually a customer, right? So from that point of view, we really focus on ensuring that we give it our everything. Having said so, we have a no tolerance policy. That means we would not encourage or entertain any discrimination that students do amongst themselves either. So we have a lot of apart from the mandatory committees like the ICC, which is the Internal Complaints Committee, or we have the Anti-Ragging Committee. We have a lot of committees that have been set up. But more than that, I believe that we have a teacher-student connect which is extremely strong. So for the 4 years that the student is here, we develop a very strong bond with the student, and this bond is something that helps us to ensure that we create a safe environment and we ensure that they are part of each and every event that is happening in the institute, irrespective of their backgrounds, irrespective of any other discriminating criteria that you can even think of.
What do you see as this college's greatest strength?
So apart from the fact that we have been in the education of hospitality professionals for the past 50 years, I believe all these 50 years or more, actually 50 plus years, has created a very deep connection with the industry. There was a time when I believe we were one of the only institutes of hotel management in the state, and so majority of the senior management as of today in most of the hotels across are alumnus of our institute, and therefore I believe that is our greatest strength. We have been able to create, we have been able to mold the professionals that have taken the industry from where it was 2 decades ago to what we see today in the market. Apart from that, I believe that we also have nearly 70% of the faculty or the teaching staff is an alumnus of this institute. This really reiterates the greatness of the institute, because we, after having served in the industry, have had the urge to come back to our institute and give our experience away to our future generations to create excellent professionals.
Next question is, how do you promote a culture of continuous improvement and self-assessment within the college?
Continuous improvement is basically our bottom line. We believe that curriculum is not the end of education. we like to take it beyond the curricular limits. So we have a lot of demonstrations, a lot of people coming in from the industry to speak to the students, speak to the faculty. We send out our team members outside the institute for various training programs, for various seminars, workshops, conferences. This helps them to connect, network with the industry, imbibe a few new things within themselves, and then motivate the students or transfer those skills into the students. Apart from the teachers being continuously assessed or continuously upgraded, the students are also upgraded through a lot of effort, a lot of events that we do in our institute. So we have class events that we undertake. We have theme events that we undertake. We have a food festival, which is basically a program, or which is basically it's like an institution now in our organization, where we have our final years lead all the other classes and have a 2-day session wherein they cook, serve, sell, buy, right from the ideation of the concept of the theme to actually selling the food on the plate is what they do in this time. So this is basically a learning, this is basically a continuous improvement that we inculcate in them, which also acts as an assessment tool, because whatever they have learned for the past 4 years is basically assessed in their ability to successfully carry out this event. So I believe that at every instant we are trying to improve, upgrade ourselves, and this upgradation is ultimately being assessed for the teachers, even by the students sometimes, whether we are updated with certain ideas, certain concepts, and we do vice versa with our students through the regular feedbacks from the students, or through the examinations and the various kinds of interactions that we have with the students.
Next question is, how do you handle the challenges of managing a diverse student body with different backgrounds and skill levels?
Diversity has always been a part of this industry. We have people coming from a lot of diverse cultural, social backgrounds. And since these students are our major stakeholders, our customers, like I mentioned earlier, so we need to realize that a curriculum cannot be followed in one particular way. We have to adapt ourselves to this diversity. And the more we try to adapt is a good learning for us also, because we look at different ways of reaching out to our children through the same curriculum. We also have this concept called as remedial classes that we conduct for a variety of students. There are some students who are maybe very quick at the uptake. They need more challenging assignments, they need more challenging duties or jobs to be done. So we need to look at them in a very different perspective, or with a different perspective. Whereas there are some students who may not have been even exposed to what a restaurant is in their whole 17-18 years of their lifetime that they have spent before joining the institute. So from that point of view, we need to appreciate the fact that not everybody who comes to the institute is equipped to understand what we are doing. So we really need to go down to that level, take ourselves in their shoes, be empathetic, and then ensure that the curriculum is taught in a way which they can absorb, they can accept, and they can then develop their careers on.
Next question is, what advice do you like to give to students who would like to make their career in hotel management and catering technology?
When people think about a career in hospitality industry, the only thing that comes into their mind is becoming a chef. With all due respect to all the chefs across the world, I think apart from the kitchen, there are various other departments that you can really think of, you can look at. But the most important ingredient that you need to have in yourself to survive in this industry is passion, is commitment, is consistency, is perseverance. So if you're willing to give it your all, if you're willing to accept the challenges thrown to you every day, if you're willing to sustain with your skill set and evolve and develop yourself in the industry as you go along, then I think this is the best industry that you can ever choose. This is a people's industry, so people who are individuals who really love to interact with others, who love to communicate, who love to be around others. This is the best choice for a career. And what more can a career do to you if that is something that you love doing?
Next question is, student engagement is a crucial for a successful learning environment. How do you plan to foster a culture of active student involvement and participation in institute activities?
We're here to develop professionals, we're here to create leaders. So unless we instill the confidence in them, it is difficult for they themselves to rise up for the occasion. So every activity that we do, we identify a team that will work for that particular event or for the practical, and we instill the sense of leadership in them. There is a unanimous leader which comes up. They take the initiative, they plan for the day, they plan for the week. My department believes that we should have one person who handles all the events in 1 week. So we have a manager of the week from the final years who are doing the specialization in the food and beverage service department. So a team member would then, along with the juniors, handle this food and beverage service for the whole week. They would, whatever events are there in the institute or whatever staff meals are being served in the institute, everything is handled by them. They are empowered to take decisions at the spur of the moment, and this is how they continuously learn from their mistakes. They learn to handle situations, and this is how I believe that they actually get their hands dirty, so to say, actually start working in the department and understand the small problems or the small challenges that can arise once they step out into the industry. And this culture then slowly gets inculcated into the juniors as well, because the seniors do the same, and they are more than curious to take on those leadership roles as they grow in their years in the institute.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time, and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you very much.